welcome back to the Building Your Brand podcast. And today I want to do something a little bit different, and I want to share with you some tools that I have been paying for and enjoying recently that have either saved me time or helped me do something a bit new and different. They're all mainly content creation ones, I think, which is interesting. I mean, I do really enjoy content creation, but I would say that these subscriptions are the sort of thing that maybe are not integral to the running of my business that I have to pay for all the time, but they're the kind of things that I sort of potentially dip in and out of. I mean, some of them I am pretty much paying for all the time, but yeah, so they're not like, oh my goodness, you can't run your business without these tools, but they're those kind of like nice to have subscriptions that just make life easier, mean that you can do things quicker and have some nice features in them. So let's go. First up, we have Super Profile. Now, full disclosure, I did a sponsored post with them last year, and they are a tool that is kind of similar to ManyChat. You'll probably be quite familiar with ManyChat. So it's like the kind of automations in social media where, you know, like someone does a post and says, comment the word live. For example, I've been doing on my podcast posts, and I'll send you the link to sign up. So it's that kind of thing. Now, one of the things that I love about Super Profile is that you can do automated voice notes. So I've recently been doing a series on my Instagram where I've been doing these pep talks. And so how it works is I post, it could be a static post. So I've done one that was a static post, one that was a reel, two that were a reel actually. And basically you comment the word pep, and then I DM you a voice note. And honestly, I just feel like it's so aligned and works so well for me. And I haven't seen other tools where you can do that, where you can automatedly send a voice note. I mean, maybe you can. I haven't really looked into it, but I thought that was a really, really fun feature, and it works really well for me and how I like to create content. Especially, you know, considering that the podcast is such a big part of my business and my marketing. And I guess people are quite used to hearing my voice. And also, like, my brand is really about being relatable and approachable and friendly. And so I just think having like a nice little pep talk for me in the DMs is actually a really nice thing to do. Now, obviously, I'm not sending each one individually. They come, you know, through automated, but I think it still feels really personal and it still feels really nice. And it's very encouraging. It's not transactional. You know, this is just to nurture people. I'm not asking for an email address. I'm not asking them to buy anything. This is just like genuinely something that I want to do to encourage and help people. So that has been really fun. And as a result, I have really been enjoying using Super Profile. I mean, I've been using it in the other sort of ways as well, where it's like, you know, comment this word and you can sign up to my mailing list, comment this word and you can come to my podcast event, you know, all that kind of thing. So I think those automations can work really, really well. I know some people have got mixed feelings about them. I think some people kind of go quite hard with them and it feels very sell and a bit icky and a bit too much like you're chatting to a robot. So I am kind of like cautious with how I use it. But yeah, big fan of Super Profile. It's really easy to set up. It's really easy to use. I will pop my affiliate link in the show notes. As I said, I did do a sponsored post with them before. This isn't part of that. I just genuinely am enjoying using the tool. Okay, so that's subscription number one. My next one is Epidemic Sound, and I subscribed to this on the recommendation of my friend Nikki because I was making a lot more vlogs for this YouTube channel and I needed, you know, like background music that was actually really nice and not kind of like corporate lift music, shall we say. And Epidemic Sound has got amazing music on it, and I'm really enjoying using it. It makes my life so much easier. It's almost like learn what kind of thing I like as well. So every time I log in, it's like, here's some recommendations based on what you've downloaded in the past, which I find really helpful. And it just means that I can find music really, really quickly. So I'm using that a lot for my vlogs, but I've also started using it for my content as well. I tend to prefer to put a bit of background music in the background of my reels rather than just have it like, especially if it's a voiceover, like I don't want to just have it me talking. I like having a bit of music in there as well. So I use it a lot for that. And yeah, so very, very happy with the kind of like range and type of music that is on there. Like I said, it's learning my style and taste. And so I find it saves me loads of time in terms of finding that music. And it's kind of one of those, you pay the subscription and it's unlimited. So I can just download whatever I need. So that is a subscription that I'm paying for pretty consistently at the moment. And I'm really, really happy with it. Yeah. I would definitely recommend Epidemic Sound if you are looking for music. I would also say that it would be great as well if you were looking for like intro music for a podcast. You know, like it doesn't have to be for your social media necessarily. Definitely great if you're using YouTube. Anything where you need music, background music, I think is a really good, solid option to check out. Next up, now, this is one that I do kind of dip in and out of. So I don't feel like I need the subscription all of the time, but every now and then I find it really useful. And this one is called Jitter. And basically it has all of these kind of like pre-made animations. So I tend to pay for a subscription for this when I have a particular idea of something that I want to do on, say, Instagram. And I don't want to have to learn how to use After Effects to create the animation because it's going to take me too long for like what it is I'm trying to do. So for example, I did a reel recently where I was talking about someone sliding into my DMs and sending me a message. And I wanted to make the video more interesting by having an animation of the DM coming in and of me writing back. So I just went on to Jitter and then I can find that animation and I just update it with my text and I can adjust like the timeline and everything. And that worked really, really well. Took me a couple of minutes, made my video way better. So yeah, it's really good. I think this is another good one if you're making video content. So great for YouTube. You know, it's got like subscribe animations, it's got like lower third kind of animations that you can have popping up, and they're quite easy for you to just like adjust and customize. So like change the colors, change the text. What else has it got? Like I used an animation where it was like a pop-up of, you know, like likes that you'd see on Instagram. So they basically got all these like pre-done animations that you can then customize and easily download and use in your videos. So I've used that one quite a lot recently. But as I said, that's one that I don't tend to need all of the time. So I might subscribe for a couple of months and then cancel my subscription and then, you know, subscribe again when I need something in particular. There is a free version, but obviously it has like a watermark on it and stuff like that. So yeah, that one is great, Jitter. And obviously I'm going to link all of these in the show notes and underneath the YouTube video. Okay, the other one that I am loving, and again, these are all video related, which is interesting. And this is one that I am paying for consistently, and that is frame.io. It's part of like Adobe's set of tools. It's like separate from their kind of like core creative cloud, but it's basically for storing documents and you can get feedback on them, mainly video. So I used it when I worked on a sort of fairly big video project. So basically I can upload a video, send the link to someone, and they can go through and they can leave me comments and feedback on different parts of the video. So this is great if you're working with like an editor, maybe say you'd outsource the editing of your vlogs or like videos for your podcast or whatever. You can upload them to Frame, send them over to your editor, and then when they send you a version back to look at, you can go through and you can write notes, you know, so like, I don't like this transition, or can you cut this bit out? You know, you can literally highlight the bit that you want them to cut out. So that has been really helpful. And it's just been a really helpful way for when I'm working with brands on like sponsored posts. So say I'm like creating a reel for them to check, then Frame is a great way for me to send it over to them, for them to be able to comment, leave any notes, any amendments. That has made my life a lot easier. Even just like with Lois, who works with me in my business, I can just send her over videos. She can easily download them. I mean, I guess it's a little bit like Dropbox or WeTransfer, where you sort of upload a fairly large file and send someone a link. But because of the like ability to write comments and detailed notes, I have found it really, really helpful for video content. That isn't one that I'm dipping in and out of. That one is one that I'm paying for consistently at the moment. And I'm finding very, very helpful because I've got a large amount of storage on there. So those are 4 tools that are helping me. It's so interesting to me that they are all video based, really. And I guess like video and content creation, especially for YouTube, is a big focus for me this year. So it kind of makes sense. And I am finding it really helpful to have invested in a few tools that are making my life easier and speeding up the process of making videos. Because, yeah, video is time consuming and I need to find a way to make videos as quickly and as sustainably as possible. So I hope you find those recommendations useful. If you've got any other tools that you are loving, I would love to hear what they are. Come find me on social media where I'm at Liz M. Mosley or at Building Your Brand Podcast. Or if you're watching this on YouTube, then feel free to comment your recommendations below the video. And I will be back next week with another solo episode.